everybody, welcome back to the shop. Thank you for joining me again. We're going to talk more about briar today. So I know everybody wants to, because we've been talking about it for a long time. But we've gone over grain structure, we've gone over shaping a lot, we've gone over blasting a lot, and now we're going to start moving into drilling a little bit. Drilling is kind of its own topic that we could probably spend a few months on if we wanted to. If there's interest from you guys, I will. But what I think I'm going to do today is just show you how the briar and drilling interact so that you can see kind of some of the possible outcomes. Drilling is really the final test when it comes to whether or not you're going to be able to make this piece of wood into a pipe, because this is the kind of the final and most risky maneuver. So I have a little blowfish. I shaped this about a month ago and I showed you in a little time-lapse video. I was quite proud of this pipe. I was proud of the shape and the briar seemed nice. I had hand-picked the block. It was quite expensive actually. But you can see here, here's just a dummy stem in the drilled block. It was pretty bent. And it was not difficult to drill, but it's always a little bit of a challenge to do more bent pipes like this. And to drill in a funky shape. It's not symmetric, it's hard for your eye to find the right centers inside of the pipe. But I hit it just right. I'm very proud of the drilling on this pipe. But what happened was, and you'll see it in the picture here, is that a fissure opened up right here on the outside of the pipe when I was shaping it. And what I assumed was that I'd be able to blast this off. When I drilled into it, I found out something different. This little fissure on the outside goes straight through into the bowl and becomes larger. So there's really no way for me to salvage this pipe for sale. So maybe eventually I'll make it into a little pipe for myself, but it's not going to work out. So it's kind of important at this point that you're not too attached to the pipe, because there's still the possibility that you're going to find a big nasty surprise and there's no way of knowing beforehand. The other way it can turn out is really nicely. So here's the other pipe that I shaped in the time-lapse series. Bent brandy, smooth, teardrop shank, military mount, super sexy. And this was just a second block, not a seconds block, but just a run-of-the-mill plateau block that I'd picked up and shaped just for the sake of the video. I didn't have a lot of attachment to this pipe. I wasn't really emotionally invested in it. And so that's a better way of going about it as a professional. If you're doing pipe making as a sort of hobby, you don't need to worry about this kind of stuff. But when you get to making lots of pipes and you get to drilling lots of pipes and interacting with lots of briar, you really have to be careful about how attached you get, because you're going to get really angry when you find that hole in the middle of the bowl that you really didn't want. So, very sort of Buddhist of me to say this, but you have to kind of cultivate this unattachment from your work. And remember that your work is not you, and you are not your work, and it just turns out the way it turns out, and you have to kind of take it as it comes, because some of this stuff is very surprising, like that blowfish was for me. So, I guess that's a good life lesson there. Don't get too attached to stuff. Just take it as it comes. I find that pipe making, for me at least, is full of life lessons like that, if you want to find them. So, take some time for yourself this week. Smoke your pipe. And we will talk next time. Thank you again. Ciao.